Hello everyone, welcome to Study Online. Because many of them, after learning couple of topics, they'll not get to know what is the institution name. That's the reason. And already you people are clearly aware why you are attending the classes, right? If I'm not wrong, yes or no? I hope you are aware, right? Okay, what is the course name, or what is the thing that you'll be learning from my side? Very good. Don't you think you'll be learning Python full stack? You will be learning Python full stack. Okay, let me just tell Python full stack. Okay, today happens to be the day one. Day one. I would not tell demo. Why? Because I don't know, guys. Many people are getting confused. Guys, demo means do you think some dummy concept we will do and some that means, guys, demo means it's a day one, day two, day three. Why we will name it as a demo means you need not to pay a single rupee. Why? Because before purchasing a dress, we will do trial, right? Like that, you just have a trial classes for initial 6 days. It's a normal class. Guys, if somebody is not attending day one to day six, if somebody is directly attending day seven, trust me, he'll not be able to understand any topic. That's the reason from day one till day six, attend without fail. Now, let me just do one thing. Let me just share you the notes. Please do let me know whether people are able to see the notes. Are you able to see the notes? Yes, so now are people able to see the notes? Okay, when it comes to the notes, I'll tell you what are the plans that I'm having. Fine. When it comes to section, I have just told maybe the section name happens to be a Python. I will tell. Initially, I'll be dealing with Python. Okay, like this couple of sections I would like to create. Now I'll just tell first page will be day one. That is today, whatever I'll be discussing, everything will be written within day one. Is that clear, guys? Okay, now as normal, if I start any class, it might be any class, fine. As a student, you will be having some clarity. As a trainer, I should be giving some clarity. That's the reason. Let me just do one thing. Let me just ask few questions. Fine, guys. Right now, you people are here to learn Python full stack, right? You people are here to learn Python full stack. In that particular Python full stack, let me just take the catchy word, find Python. Now, please tell me, are you aware of what is Python? Guys, if you want to learn anything in your life, fine, please ask 3 questions for yourself. Which are those 3 questions? What? Next, why? Why? Next, where? Now, guys, I want the session to be very interactive. That's the reason via chat box you have to respond in the what I can tell in the chat box you have to respond. Please tell me what is Python. You might be or you might not be correct, right? Guys, in order to understand what is Python, don't you think it takes some couple of days? Yes or no? Maybe if somebody is asking what is Python, you can just tell them that it's a programming language which is used for coding purpose. Correct, right? That's what you will tell. But if you want to tell in detail, it might take some time. That part I'll take care. That's the reason you people are joining this course. Like I'll take care about what is this. Fine. Next, why, where you should be having the clarity. Please tell me why Python? Why not other programming language? Or why not other technologies? Fine. Why Python? Can someone tell me why Python? Why you have decided to show your interest towards Python? Okay, one person is telling, sir, easy understanding. Okay, that's the very good point. Next, after that, oh, very good, very good. Guys, only one point is what I'm saying. Easy to understand, easy to understand. Guys, if you learn any programming language from a proper trainers, 100% you won't feel anything difficult. I hope you people might have attended the demo classes of Java, which has been taken by Suchindra sir, right? Guys, he is my guru. Fine. I learned Java testing from him. Fine. Then you can just imagine the level of knowledge that he's having. Fine. Personally, I requested him to take Java because he's working as a senior full stack Java developer. When it comes to me, I'm working as a Python full stack developer. That is senior Python full stack developer. I thought the person who is working on that domain, if they are taking, then it would be very effective. That's the reason. Now, if somebody is asking why Python, fine. Guys, if you want to join a college, fine. Assume that you want to join XYZ college. Don't you think you'll ask a question for yourself? Why this college? If you want to purchase a bike, why this bike? If you want to purchase a car, why this car? Don't you think you'll ask a question for yourself? Yes or no? You will get so many answers. That is the reason you'll be choosing that, right? Yes or no, guys? Please do respond. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong. 100% you will ask a question for yourself. Now, anybody in the class aware of what is the ranking of Python? Anybody in the class? What is the ranking of Python? What is the ranking of Python? Anybody in the class? So that if you got to know about the ranking, then your answer why will be resolved. Fine. Okay, many of them are telling first rank, second rank, third rank, fourth rank. Oh, one of the person is telling 13th rank. Oh, God bless you. Fine. Guys, don't worry. I'll turn on the front cam once I start the technical content. Only for 5 minutes. Later, I'll turn on the front cam. Will that be fine? Yep. Guys, whenever you want to check a rank of any programming language, fine. Fine. You want to check a rank of any programming language, it doesn't matter. At that point of time, please remember one thing. Okay, sir, what we have to remember, sir? I'll just tell you one website. Fine. Just remember the website name. The website name happens to be TIOBE Index. What is the website name? Yes, please do respond. What is the website name? Please do respond. Okay, I have just shared in the Zoom. Are you people able to see this? TIOBE. If you want the link that I can paste, maybe just type TIOBE. Automatically, it will redirect here. Okay, great. I want everyone to type TIOBE in the chat box so that will be there in your mind for a longer duration. Please type TIOBE, TIOBE or TIOBE, fine. Basically, what is this particular TIOBE? It's a software quality company, fine. What is the duty of these people, if you ask me? Across the globe, they'll do the research by taking the reviews, ratings, everything from the developers, test engineers who are working in the IT industry, not only in India, not only in Bangalore, across the world, they will just do their survey. After that, every year they'll announce which is the #1 programming language, #2 programming language, all those things they'll tell you, fine. Now, if I scroll, see here, if I scroll down, please tell me which is the #1 programming language in last year, as well as which is the #1 programming language this year. I hope you people are able to see it, right? Guys, if you open in your laptop also, it will be showing the same answer. It doesn't mean that I have just altered here. I don't have the access to TIOBE and all. Fine, guys, don't you think Python is the #1 programming language last year, this year? If not first place in the next year, don't you think among top 3 Python will be there for another 2 decades? Will you agree with my point? For another 2 decades, Python will be there in top 3 position. Correct, right? Because I hope you're able to understand. Are people able to understand whatever I'm trying to speak? Okay. Sir, what about Java, sir? What about C, sir? Guys, when it comes to programming language, fine. Python, Java, C is there. But C is used in embedded application. Fine. If you're from EC department, EEE, then you'll be able to understand what is the meaning of embedded. I don't know to speak much about embedded. Fine. Then C will be used. That is the reason C is in number 2nd. But if you take the competition between Java and Python, either Java will be top, Python will be top. Python will be top, Java will be top. That's it. If you learn Python or if you learn Java, you'll be having a successful career is what I would like to tell. Is that clear? Okay, now one interesting chat is there. I just want to show that chat so that you'll be mesmerized by seeing that. Now you might be seeing that the ranking of Python is #1. When Python got invented, I'll tell you, but don't worry about that. Please tell me in 1993, what was the ranking of Python? Could you people see that and type in the chat box? What was the ranking of Python? Guys, if you respond, you'll understand. Fine, if you respond, you'll understand. If not, it's very difficult for you to understand. No one telling. Very good. Don't you think Python rank happens to be 20th? From 1993 to 1998, 25th rank, 13th rank, 7th rank, 8th rank. Guys, you have to imagine from 25th rank in 2000. Assume that 2000, fine. 1998, let's take 2000. From 25th rank to 4th rank in 2018. Don't you think there should be something happened in the IT industry? Because of that, from 25th position, today it is in 1st position. In 2018, it was in 4th position. Yes or no? Something might have happened. Will you agree with my point? Nobody will increase the ranking of Python, right? Nobody will start using Python if there is nothing happened in the IT industry. Fine. Sir, why Python is there in #1 position as well as in next two decades, fine, either it will be number one, number two, number three position. That is for damn sure, fine. Why that is the case, if you ask me, I will tell you that. But as of now, you got the clarity that right now Python is in number one position. That means, let me just come back to the whiteboard. As you tell me, the ranking of Python happens to be number one. See here, first rank. If it is a first rank programming language, or if it is a first rank college means it's a topmost college. Don't you think demand will be there for that college? Will you agree with my point, guys? I'm just correlating with the college so that you'll be able to understand. Yes or no? If it is a topmost college, or if it's a topmost car company, if it's a topmost bike company, if it's a topmost programming language, 100% demand will never decrease. If demand is there, 100% enormous amount of job opportunities is what you can get. Will you agree with my point? Guys, please do respond. Okay, clear. Now you got to know that why you have to learn Python. What is Python? Maybe in going ahead upcoming classes, I'll tell you. Where Python? Guys, you assume that you will learn Python. Where? Why? Why you got to know? Where? Don't you think? Where means the answer is pretty simple. Using the knowledge of Python, you will start working in the IT industry. Will you agree with my point? IT industry. That's where you will implement your Python knowledge, right? Guys, do you think you'll implement your Python knowledge in any banking exam? Do you think you will implement your Python knowledge in any SI exam? No, 100% no. Whatever the Python knowledge that you will be learning, directly you'll be implementing in the IT industry. Correct, right? That's how the things will work. Now, this is the most frequently asked question for me when I visit any college, or when the student calls me. Sir, when compared to Python and Java, which one we have to choose? That is the reason from Study Online, we are giving demo sessions. When it comes to demo class, Java demo class will be from 8 to 9 p.m. Fine. Similarly, Python, already people are clearly aware, maybe from 9:15 to 10:15, I'll be taking Python demo class. Fine. Attend all the demo classes for 6 days. Later, call me. At least you will have something to speak. Guys, yes or no? Without you having any knowledge, you'll have something to discuss with me after 6 days. Yes or no? That's the reason we are giving the demo class. Once everything is done, if you join Python, the timings will be 8 to 9:30. Similarly, if you join Java, the timings will be 8 to 9:30 from next week. Fine. Directly, if somebody is joining next week, trust me, they'll not be able to understand anything. I don't want such students. Now, you got to know that you have to work in the IT industry. Guys, any idea for anyone? How many job opportunities are there? How many job opportunities are there? This is the most commonly committed mistake by students. Fine. I think once you graduate, you will understand. Maybe if you're in 6th semester, if you're in 8th semester, this is the most committed mistake. Fine. Do you think the placements, what will happen in your college, are the only placement drive that will happen across India or across world? Yes or no? Do you think whatever the placement that will happen, or do you think whatever the companies that will visit your college, that those are the only companies that are there? 100% no. Trust me, 100% no. Why, sir? Guys, if you check the track record of your college, maximum, I'm just saying on an average, I don't want to name the college, fine. On an average, I'm saying, assume that if there are 100 students in a class, don't you think 20 to 30 of them might be getting offer letter? That's the sad reality. Will you agree with my point? As I'm not saying anything wrong. Correct, right? As if there are 100 students on an average, max to max 20 to 30 people will get a job before graduating. After graduating, you might be getting a job. That is a secondary, fine. Now, what you have to understand, when it comes to college placements, many of the companies might be asking Java, Python, fine, it doesn't matter. As you know, Bangalore or Bengaluru, you know Bangalore? Yes or no? Now, let me ask one question for Google. Fine. Google, please tell me Python jobs in Bangalore for freshers. Fine. If you scroll down, Python jobs in Bangalore for freshers. I have not written experienced candidate. I have just written freshers. Guys, is that visible? Whatever the window that I'm sharing in the Google, is that visible? Please do respond. Is that visible? If I scroll down, please tell me, you know, Naukri, guys, Naukri, LinkedIn, Hirist, like there's so many platforms are there. Only from Naukri, forget about LinkedIn. Why? Because maybe if you do your research in LinkedIn also, you'll be able to see how many job openings are there. Only from Naukri.com, please tell me how many job openings are there in Bangalore. Because if you open in your mobile also, same number will be displayed. I haven't done any change. How many job? I want you to respond in the chat box. Just tell the count. Approximately 17,000. 17,000. Approximately. Yes or no? Approximately 17,000. Guys, that means if 17,000 jobs are there in Bangalore, means you have to imagine, find how many vacancies are there. The only thing is, you ask a question for yourself. Many of the students, I want job, I want job, I want job. But what you have to do in order to get that job, you'll not worry at all. Correct, right? Simply you will think, but you'll not worry at all. Out of your mouth, what will come? Job, job, job. Instead of that, become knowledgeable. Then think about job. Job is there, but suitable technical candidates are not there. Many of them are getting rejected. That too after COVID. Trust me, many of them are not having a technical knowledge. Everyone wants the shortcut method. Fine. As now you got to know at least some basic clarity. If you learn Python, what kind of opportunities are there? How many opportunities are there? Yes or no? Are people able to understand? As I want people to respond in the chat box. Are you able to understand? Yes or no? Okay, let's take this as a diagram number one. Will that be fine? Or else let's take it as a diagram. You don't worry, I'll just copy paste the diagram later. You need not to take the screenshot. At last I'll do. If you want, you can take the screenshot. If not, I'll just send the notes in the group what I have created. Because I hope I have just created a WhatsApp community. I hope you're also, you might be there in that particular group. Yes or no? You might be there. Yeah, no issues. If not, by the end of the session, I'll just tell you. If you want now, you can take the screenshot. Now let's do one thing. Let's come back to the notes. Let's come back to the notes. You got to know the basics of Python, like why you have to learn, what is Python and where, everything you got to know. Fine. Maybe, okay, somebody is telling, sir, please mention Tyobe. Okay, let's mention Tyobe. Guys, I'll just mention in a very chota text. Will that be fine? So that you'll be able to understand if you see that. If you want to check a ranking at that point of time, you have to check Tyobe. Okay, is that clear? Please do respond. If you want to check the rank, you have to just go for Tyobe. Let it be there, no issues. Okay, now let's come back to the notes. Let's come back to the notes. Many of them had a doubt. Fine. Sir, from 25th or 23rd place, how come Python is there in the first position nowadays? It's because of Python is extensively used in the field of artificial intelligence. Python is extensively used in the field of machine learning, data science, web application development. That is using the framework of Python. That is happens to be Django and REST API. As using the framework of Python. There is a framework of Python. What is framework? Everything in this particular course only you will understand. Python is extensively used for gaming application, robotics, networking, neural networking, application development, testing. Like this, if you want me to tell, I can just keep on telling, fine. But now let me stop and write down the notes. Please tell me, are you people able to see the notes? That's like this only I'll provide the notes so that you will have a complete clarity. After 1 month, if we see, everything will be available here. And on a daily basis, I'll be sharing you the notes. Okay, is that visible for everyone? Is the text is visible? If you want me to increase the font size, I can just increase a bit. Is that visible at least now? Okay, first what I will do, I will tell the heading happens to be Python full stack. Or Python I will tell, the heading happens to be Python. Diagram number one. Where is diagram number one? Don't worry, I will paste by the end of the class. By the end of the class, we'll just quickly recap by taking 3 minutes and later I'll paste the diagrams. Will that be fine? Now, if you consider the applications of Python, just now whatever I have told, fine. Python is extensively used in AI, ML, DS. Guys, if the people are telling AI, fine, it only means that artificial intelligence. If the people are telling machine learning, ML, fine, machine learning. If the people are telling data science, that means DS. Is that clear? And web development, using framework, you can do it. Game application development, you can do it. Robotics, networking, neural, like this. So many applications are there when it comes to Python. Now, observe properly. Please observe properly. Diagram later, I'll paste it, guys. I'll paste it later. Shall I proceed further? If you could respond, I can proceed further. I hope you got to know why number one rank. Fine. Now, actually, this is not required. This is not required. But I want you to have the clarity. That's the reason I'll be explaining these things in the class. Before you learn something or before you start your journey, just have the basic knowledge of history. Fine, basic knowledge of history. Please tell me from whom you're learning Python. At least you know my name. As I hope many of them might be aware of my name. That's the reason I didn't introduce myself. What's my name? Guys, please tell me what's my name. Okay, now I'll just turn on the front cam. At least by seeing my face, you will be able to recognize. Okay, is that visible? So I don't know whether the video is visible or not. Just not, I'll just clear the background and all. So okay, let it be displayed, no issues. Is the video is visible? At least, am I visible? That's very important. Okay, cool. Now, I hope you know my name, right? That's what's my name? From whom you are learning Python? Okay, Sandesh. Okay. My name is Sandesh. Fine. You can call me Sandesh, Sandy, or Sandesh, or whatever it may be. It's up to your wish. I have around 6 years of experience. Fine. Currently, I'm working as a senior Python full stack developer in one of the top MNC. And teaching is my passion. That's the reason I'm just into teaching domain. Fine. In my career, approximately around some 20,000 students is what I have trained. It might be online or offline domain. Okay, I hope it's a quick introduction. Maybe going ahead, I'll just give the brief introduction about myself. Now, let me just start with the actual thing. Is the notes visible for everyone? Please do respond. Is the notes visible? Okay, great. If it is visible, maybe I can just continue. When it comes to history of Python, anybody in the class aware who invented Python? Anybody in the class? Who invented Python? Who invented Python? Guys, please don't write the spelling wrong, because maybe in Kannada it might be in a different manner. That's the reason. Don't you think the person who invented Python happens to be Guido van Rossum? However you want, you can pronounce, but please make sure that you'll just write the spelling correct. Guido van Rossum. In which year he invented Python, if you ask me? In the year 1989. In the year 1989, I think before we born. Because I think many of them are 90s kids, right? Who are attending the classes. Yes or no? I think many of them are 90s kids, if I'm not wrong. Okay. That means who invented Python, guys? Guido van Rossum. In the year 1989, he invented Python. In the year 1989, he invented Python. Can I ask everyone to type the full name of Guido van Rossum in the chat box? Just a minute. I'll just increase the font size so that you'll be able to see that. Is that visible, guys, when it comes to font size? Please do respond. Is it visible when it comes to font size? I hope it should be visible. Okay. Yep. Now I'll just highlight the Guido van Rossum. Please type Guido van Rossum. At least if you type, it will be there in your mind for a longer duration. That's the reason. Very good. Guido van Rossum in 1989 invented Python officially. Officially, he invented Python, but officially to the market, when they have released, if you ask me, 1989 Guido van Rossum invented. But when they have introduced to the market, if you ask me, on February 20th, 1991, they have introduced to the market. Is that clear for everyone? Yes, please do respond. I want you people to respond. Okay, I'll just write it. I'll just write it down. I think this is very hectic. Maybe I'll just find the solution for this. That's one more thing. When it comes to some of the things, fine. After explaining, I might be pasting here. Will that be fine for everyone? It doesn't mean that I don't know how to type, but I don't want to waste your time in between the class. That's the reason. Is that clear for everyone? Guys, trust me, I don't display any PPT. I hate that because I'm not that kind of person. Everything should be raw in front of students. Fine, that's the reason. Again, I would like to ask only one question. Please tell me. officially to the market when Python got introduced? Please do respond. Very good, very good. Don't you think 1991 February 20th? 1991 February 20th. Okay. Guys, later I'll be displaying the diagrams. Fine, I'll be taking the screenshot and later I'll be displaying. Shall I proceed further? I hope you understood the history of Python. Shall I proceed further? Guys, when it comes to my style of teaching, pure technical is what I'll be teaching. Fine. I think already somebody might have experienced or somebody might have attended my previous classes. Might be. Okay, if you respond yes, so that I can just proceed further. Now let's come back to next topic. Fine. You please tell me why you wanted to learn Python. Now you understood Python is extensively used here. That's the reason ranking of Python got increased from 25th rank to first rank. Now, anybody in the class, what are the features of Python? Anybody in the class, what are the features of Python? Guys, please do respond in the chat box. What are the features of Python? I would not be able to give the complete logical conclusion, but let's write the points. When the time comes on day 7th, day 8th, I'll be speaking in detail about these points itself. Okay, one person is telling it is pretty simple to understand. Very good, that's correct. Whatever you're telling is perfectly correct. Okay, guys, we as Indians, now tell me, what are the features of Python is what the heading. As heading happens to be features of Python. See here, features of Python. Now only I'm telling, now if I start speaking about features of Python in detail, it might not be able to give logical conclusion. That's the reason what I'm doing is I'll be giving the logical conclusion on day 6 or day 7. That is both the day I'll be giving logical conclusion. But just for the glimpse purpose, I'll be writing the points. First point, whatever you people told is perfectly correct. Fine. Easy to understand and simple. Second one, freely downloadable and open source software. If you have the confusion about how you can download Python freely, what is open source, I will tell you. It's a high level programming language as well as platform independent programming language, hybrid programming language. Python is embeddable and it's a procedure oriented as well as object oriented programming language. And Python has portability feature, extensive built-in library, and Python is a dynamically typed programming language. There are so many points you told, sir. Could you please write down those points, sir? 100% I'll be writing those points. But now only I'm telling, now I can't explain, or if I start explaining also, it won't be able to give logical conclusion. That's the reason purposefully I'm doing this. Please tell me, guys, one by one, I'll just display, just observe properly. Okay, is that visible for everyone? Simple and easy to understand. Fine, simple and easy to understand. Second point, freely downloadable and open source. What is the meaning of this? Everything I'll tell you. And it's a high level programming language. What is high level? I'll tell you. Python is platform independent. First of all, you not understand what is platform independent. You should be aware of what is platform dependent. That I'll take care. Fine. Next, it's a hybrid programming language. What is hybrid? I'll tell you. It can be embedded with any other programming language. And one more very important thing, it's a procedural and object oriented. This is very important, guys. Python is both procedure oriented as well as object oriented. And because of the portability, and trust me, it is having so many extensive built-in libraries, and Python is dynamically typed programming language. Guys, I can just keep on writing the points here like this. I can just keep on writing the points, but I have just given the major features of Python. Is that clear for everyone? Yes or no in the chat box? Like I want you people to respond in the chat box. Yes or no? Is that clear? Don't look at my face. Just look at the content, whatever I'm teaching. Because from morning 5:30 a.m. I woke up. Fine. Trust me, I haven't got half an hour time. I think I got, yeah. I think I was just seeing the initial half an hour of match when I was free. Later, I didn't get the time. Okay. Shall I proceed further? As again, I'm telling, please don't think like I'm skipping this. No. On day 6th, day 7th, completely I'll speak about these 10 points in detail. Will that be clear for everyone? I'm asking you. Will that be clear? Okay. This happens to be the first day. That's the reason many of them might be having a confusion. Fine. Yes, I don't want to take what I can tell 1.5 hour, 2 hours when it comes to first day. Let me just be precise so that I want you to have that initiative by yourself. Yes, Python is very simple. I can learn Python. That's what the confidence I want to build in yourself. Is that fine, guys? Shall I start doing the particular confidence building activity? Shall I start doing that? Okay, fine. Now, let's do one thing. I'll go back to the, what I can tell, browser. I'll just go back to the browser. Now, if you want to type C program, fine. That means if you want to get the output, have you written any code in C? As please do respond. Have you written any code in C? As I want you people to respond as soon as possible. If you respond, you'll understand. If not, it will be very difficult for you to understand. Yes, you have written some code. Very good. Where you have typed the program, may I know where you have exactly typed the program? Turbo C. Oh, very good. Turbo C. Okay, compiler. Very good. Now, I'll just do one thing, guys. There are so many online editors, online compilers, but when it comes to Python, using what you have to type in the class, I'll tell you. There's Sublime, PyCharm, Spider, everything I'll take care. Now, let's do one thing. Let's click on to C. I'll just tell C compiler. That's it. C compiler. Fine. C compiler online. Sir, why you're teaching about C, sir? You will understand. Before learning anything, there is a superstitious in the IT industry, fine, or not even IT industry. I think in your college also you might have experienced, fine. First program, whatever they will type, happens to be hello world. Yes or no? Let's please do respond. That's what they will write the code, right? Hello world. Fine. Now, in order to get hello world as the output, when it comes to C programming language, don't you think you have to just tell a function called as printf? Within that, you have to just write the data in a double quotes, and semicolon is compulsory. And you have to make sure that whatever the logic that you have written is placed within a function. Name happens to be main function, which is enclosed within flower brackets. And not only that, you have to make sure that the complete file has been included in the standard input output. That means header file. Yes or no? Will you agree with my point? That's what I have to do, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. This is the code for C. Let's run. So that I'll be getting the output as hello world. No doubt about that. Now what I'll do, same thing. I'll just tell Java online compiler. Yes. When it comes to Java online compiler also, it's pretty simple. If you want to get the output as hello world, at that point of time, maybe some extra code is what you have to write. See here. Sir, what, sir? Please observe to what I'm teaching so that you'll be able to understand. Hello world. This is what we want, right? That has to be placed within a function called as println, and that has to be available within the submodule called as out, and the main module called as system. And the complete function call should be placed within a main function. The name happens to be main. And why public static void? I think your Java trainer will explain that in detail instead of me speaking about that. Next, not only main function, the complete function, main function, should be enclosed within a class. Will you agree with my point? It should be enclosed within a class. You can give any name for the class. Now, if I execute, I will get the output as hello world. See here, I got the output as hello world. Now, I want you people to count the number of lines that has been taken by C just to print hello world. How many number of lines? As I hope you know counting, right? How many number of lines? 5 lines. Okay, one person is saying, sir, write void. Okay, I'll write void. I think you have by hearted void main. Guys, void means nothing. That's it. This function is not returning anything. That's the reason we are telling void. Okay. I think totally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines of code. Next, when it comes to Java, please tell me how many lines of code just to get hello world. 7 lines of code. Similarly, when it comes to Python online compilers, here Python compiler, fine, online Python compiler. As I'll teach you the editor, don't worry about that. How many lines of code? You please tell me how many lines of code? Only 1 line. Hello world. That's it. Sir, where is main function, sir? No need to write. Sir, where is semicolon, sir? No need to write. If you write also, you'll get the output. That's how they have developed Python. Sir, where is class, sir? There is no class. Sir, where is flower bracket, sir? That is blocking. That block also not there. Sir, will I be getting the output, sir? 200% will get the output. How many of them understood? If you're able to understand, not the logic, guys, if you're not able to understand Java logic, if you're not able to understand C logic, I'm least bothered. But I hope, are you getting some confidence about yourself when compared to other programming language? I can learn Python in a very better manner. Are you getting that confidence? That's what I wanted from your side. Please do respond. Are you getting that confidence? Okay, great, great. That's what I wanted from you. Fine. Now what I'll do, I'll just go back to the notes. I'll just go back to the notes. Now I'll be pasting one diagram. Same thing, whatever you have learned just now, same diagram is what I'll be pasting. Let's see how many of them will be able to understand. Guys, just tell me, is this the same diagram or same code that you have executed? Just a minute. Yes or no in the chat box. In the form of diagram, I'm just displaying for you. That's it. Is that clear? Same, right? No changes. In order to get the same hello world, 5 line, 7 line, 1 line. Same code. Because I hope you people are able to get the clarity, right? I hope. The heading happens to be printing hello world in C, Java, and Python. That's what the heading. I hope everybody are able to understand the heading. And maybe if you just look at the diagram, you will be able to understand. Is that clear? Yes. Please do respond. Shall I proceed further? Maybe if you could respond, yes, I can proceed further. You're getting some clarity, right? Okay, what is the score? Can someone tell me the score in the chat? I know you might be in front of TV or you might be seeing the cricket bus. That's the reason. Even I'm curious to get to know about the score. Is the match started? Please tell me, guys. Guys, one thing, if you do anything in your life, we have to enjoy and we have to do that. Now, I hope you got the confidence that, like how you got the confidence that you'll be able to learn Python. Today, I got the confidence that RCB will win the match, today's match, because the score is 23-3. I think who is the star who picked the wickets? I think Vanna Parnell. Okay, Parnell, Siraj. I think that's it. Don't worry, I'll tell you what will happen. I think KL Rahul will take 50 balls and he'll score 55 runs. So that the target will be around, or not target, maybe the LSD score will be around so 120, 130. Okay, I hope you got to clarity that RCB will win the match. Now let's come back to Python. Shall I start with the Python content? That is, shall I continue, guys? Please do respond. Maybe if you could respond, I can just proceed. Okay, now you have learned Python. Sorry, you have learned C, Java, Python, how the things will change. Now let's do one thing. I want to print study online 500 times. Guys, what is my expectation? I want to print study online 500 times using Java and Python. That's what I wanted. Fine. I want to print study online 500 times using Java, Python. See, let's forget C for time being. Fine. Why? Because you want a clarity or you want the difference between Java and Python. Right? That's the reason I'm just showing you this. Now I'll just do one thing. I'll just go back to the browser. Shall I start writing the Java code? If you respond yes, I'll start writing the Java code. Guys, everything will be hard coded. Fine, like displaying the PPT, changing the slides, all those activity, I'll not do it. I hate doing that. Because when you join company, nobody will tell you to display a PPT and all. They'll just give you a laptop or they'll just make you to sit in front of a computer and just tell you to code. That's what you people should be, right? Okay, now what I wanted to print, I wanted to print study online. How many times I want? Yes, could you people please do respond? How many times I want to print study online? 500 times. Then what I have to do? Maybe if you are aware of that, please tell me the answer. 500 times I want to print study online. What I have to do? I think many Java experts are there in the class. Many Java experts. That's the reason I'm asking. Sir, use for loop, sir. Okay, I have used for loop. How to write for loop? Could you people please guide me? Okay, use looping activity. Very good. Whatever the answer that you told is perfectly correct. Use loop. What kind of loop we have to use? Can you now tell me? Is that compulsory to use for loop itself? You are telling the answer. I'm not saying anything. You are telling the answer. Is that compulsory to use for loop? No, you can use any loop. You can use any loop. Now what I'll do, maybe as you told, let's not dig more about Java. Fine, I'll just use for loop. I'll just start using for loop. See, I have to open the loop, close the loop. Now I have to initiate a variable. I say, so no, I have to initiate a variable. Will you agree with my point? Many of them are committing a mistake. I have to initiate a variable. Variable happens to be I. I'll just start storing 1. Let it be 1. Initially, I will be 1 or 0. Anything you can start. Next, what I have to do? Guys, could you people please do respond? What I have to do next? If it is starting from 0, I want to print less than or equal to from 0 it will start. Or let's do one thing. Less than 500 if I tell 0 to 499. 500 times I got the output. Yes or no? 0, 1, 2, 499. 500 times I'll be getting the output. Next, what you please do? You please increment the value of I every time. Sir, I'm not able to understand not even a single line of code, sir. Don't worry, you're not here to learn Java. Your Java trainer will beautifully teach you why you have to write this, everything he'll take care. Within this particular for loop block, I'm going to print study online. That's it. Now, please tell me, is there any doubt for anyone? Yes or no? I want a very quick response from your side. Is there any doubts? Okay, now I'll start to run. Fine, see here, study online, 500 times. If you have enough time in your life, please sit and count whether 500 times it got displayed or not. How many lines of code is what I wanted from your side? How many lines of code? First of all, you should be aware of for loop. Guys, don't you think approximately 10 lines of code if you count? There only it is there. Use your brain. Don't count 1, 2, 3. Fine. Just see 10 lines. Fine. When it comes to Python, what I want my institute name to be printed 500 times. Study online, I will tell. That's it. Fine. How many times I want? Guys, could you people please do respond in the chat box? How many times I want? 500 times. Okay, I will tell 500. I will execute. Now you might be seeing the output, but not in the manner how we got for Java. You might be seeing the output. See here. Guys, we got the output. Study online. But do you think one after the other it is displaying? No. Don't you think it is displaying everything in a single shot? That means after printing study online, cursor, you please go to next line /n. That's it. Now if I run, are you people able to see the output? Yes or no in the chat box? Yes, I want a very quick response. Guys, please don't expect somebody to ask print study online, print your name 500 times in the interview. No, just to build some confidence in you, I'm just doing all this couple of chotu-motu programs. That's it. The actual Python will start. You don't worry about that. How many of them got the clarity? Yes, sir. Now I'm having a feeling that when compared to other programming language, guys, now only I'm telling, I'm not against Java, I'm not against Python. Fine. Or I'm not towards Python, I'm not towards Java. What I'm telling is, this is the picture. What you feel. Fine. If you feel Python easy, then learn Python. If you feel Java easy, learn Java. Trust me, both of them are having an equal opportunity. Now, if somebody is asking, Sandesh, you want left eye or right eye? What I will tell? And that maybe for you, it might be different. Why? Because it's a mirror image. Fine. Guys, don't you think I'll just tell both eyes that I want? Fine. No, you don't tell, sir, both the things I'll learn. No. First, you learn one programming language properly. Then once you got a job, then you have a knowledge of couple of programming language. Guys, today I might be having the knowledge on multiple programming language, like some 3 to 4 programming language is what I know. Mastered in that, expertise in that. Fine. But initially, I started my career by learning Java. Then I started my career. That is, started my means. Initially, I learned Java, guys. I haven't learned C. Maybe in my college days and all, I have mugged up and I have cleared C. That's it. Fine. Lab exam, whatever it may be. Fine. I started my journey by learning Java, then basics of like C, then Python, then again C in detail I have mastered. Now, if you ask me to write the code in C, C++, Java, Python, easily I'll be able to write the code, or it might be in JavaScript as well. Are you getting my point? It's just a matter of time. Please learn one programming language properly. Okay, shall we come back to the notes? I hope you understood how to print study online 500 times. Yes or no? Yes, if you respond, I can proceed. Okay, same diagram. Whatever you have learned in the form of code, I have written in the form of a diagram. That's it. 50 times using Java and Python. Okay, is that clear for everyone? Whatever I'm trying to display here. Guys, are you able to follow the notes? I hope you're able to follow the notes, right? And later I'll be sharing that. Later you can write the notes. I think 50 times is what? 500 times, yeah. I think output, I'll not write it. Why? Because it's a huge output. Please don't expect me to write that huge output and all. Okay. Now, shall I proceed further? As I want you people to respond. Shall I proceed further? A quick response is what I want. Okay, great. Now I can proceed further. That's not a very big deal. I can proceed further. Why? Because what's the duration of demo class that I have told that I'll be taking? What's the duration that I have told? Yes, I hope you know, right? What's the duration that I have told? 1 hour. Fine. Now, I'll just do one thing. Will that be fine if I paste the diagram number 1 here instead of writing diagram number 1? Or let's write diagram number 1. Let's come back and let's write diagram number 2, so that you'll be having a clarity what kind of diagrams that I have written in the class. And let's come back and I'll just paste diagram number 3. Maybe if you would have taken the screenshot, well and good. Guys, you want me to write diagram number 1, 2, 3 like that, something like that? You want me to write or not? Yes or no? Guys, it's up to your wish. You want me to write or no? I think if I write, I think will you be writing in your notes? No, you won't be writing, right? Okay, let's not have that, because anyhow you'll not be writing that. Okay, now let's paste the diagram number 1. Let's paste the diagram number 1. Could you people just give me 1 minute of time so that I'll just search where exactly it has taken the screenshot? Just give me 1 minute of time. I know the path. Let me just check. Okay, got it. I got that. Wait, I'll just crop that and I'll just paste it here. I think I need not to crop, I guess. Wait a minute. Crop, save, job done, paste. As in between the class, please don't text any message for me. I will not be able to respond for your messages. And later, please don't tell sir you're not responding. Okay, guys, is that clear, guys? First, regarding Python, I have just given the brief introduction. What is Python? I'll teach you. Don't worry about that. But why Python? What is the ranking? Demand is there. Job opportunities are there in the IT industry. That's also I have shown. And application of Python. Fine. What you will be learning in detail, if you ask me. Initially, I'll be teaching you core Python, advanced Python. Using that knowledge, you can get into all these domains. You can get into all these domains. Fine. Using the knowledge of whatever the core Python or advanced Python that I'll be giving. But if you want to develop web application, you should be aware of framework part, whatever I'll be teaching, called as Django REST API. Is that fine? Yes, please do respond. Is that clear? Again, let's see. Okay, let's not display that. If not, you will just, okay. Who invented Python? Type in the chat box. Let's see whether that particular spelling is there in your mind. Who invented Python? Guys, please don't tell Rasam and all. Guido van Rossum. Rasam means, I think in Kannada it's a different meaning, right? Yep. Next. Features of Python. Totally, there are many features that I'll be discussing on day 6 or day 7 or day 8. Maybe going ahead, I'll tell you. But just for your clarity, I have just told it's very simple and easy, freely downloadable and open source. What is open source? In detail, I'll speak. For 20 minutes, I'll speak about open source. What is high level? What is platform dependent, independent, hybrid, embedded? Everything I'll tell you guys. Fine. I hope now are you getting some feel of coding on day 1 itself? Are you getting some touch of or are you getting some feel about coding? As nobody will teach you coding on day 1 itself. Why I have just given the glimpse. At least you should get the clarity. Fine. That's the main intention. Okay, now when it comes to my class, I have few rules and regulations. Fine. As you can call it as a rules and regulation, or I would call it as a discipline. Many of them might be asking, sir, is there any prerequisite to learn Python? No. If you don't know Java, if you don't know C, if you don't know anything, if you're able to understand the normal English, whatever I'm speaking, then trust me, you'll be able to understand Python. From scratch, I'll teach. From scratch, I will teach. Is that clear, guys? Now, let me just ask a few details from you. There's another 5 minutes, max to max, 5 minutes I'll take. Will that be fine? I'll not bore you guys, as I hope I haven't bored you, right? From past 1 hour or 50 minutes, I hope. Okay. Listen, how many of them are from 6th semester? If you are from 6th semester, respond 6 in the chat box. If you are from 8th semester, respond 8 in the chat box. If you are a fresher means 22 passed out. 22 passed out. If you are fresher, respond F in the chat box. Next, if you have already, you are not a fresher, fine. If you are 22 passed out, until 23 batch comes out, you are a fresher. Later will not be called as a fresher. If you are 2021 passed out, 20 passed out, 2019 passed out, 18 passed out, 17 passed out, whatever it may be, just respond that you are a E. Just the E means you, that means your expectation is different, but you didn't get a job. That's the reason. As well as you'd be simply, I'll just call it as a experienced person in your life. That's the only thing. Although you might not be having the, I think one more thing. Maybe if you're working somewhere, just respond W or work, something like that. Guys, if you're working professional, respond yes. If you're a fresher, respond F. 6 6, 8 8. 21 passed out, 22 passed out. Still, if you don't have what I can tell, job, I hope you have enough experience in life, not in job. Yes or no? Guys, please don't take me in a wrong manner. Correct me. I think life has taught you so many things, right? In past couple of months. Yes or no? Like it's been around almost 1 year since you didn't had job. I hope you got a huge respect from your relatives, from your parents, from your friends, and from your circle. Correct, right? Why I'm asking all these things means majority of the people will fall under this particular category. Fine. If you are a 6th student, then I would like to tell this is the right time for you to learn something in order to get a job before you graduate or before you start your 7th semester. This is the right time for a 6th student. Fine. And one more thing, anyhow, you have to do the internship, right? If I'm not wrong, is yes or no? You have to do internship. Your colleges has agreed if you do a course from study online, 100% they'll be giving you the permission. That means this particular complete course will be taken as an internship. Just for VTU sake, I'll be providing you 4 weeks of internship certificate as well as for the complete 4 to 5 months of duration. Yes, I hope the people who are attending the session already you are aware of the basics, right? Like how many months duration, all those things you're aware, right? It's a 4 to 5 months duration course. It's a job oriented course. It's not a normal free course that I'm doing. It's a job oriented course. Fine. Next, for 6M, I hope you got the clarity. Both course certification as well as what I can tell, internship certificate you will be getting, as well as during your examination, I'll not be taking the classes. Now only I'm telling. Once the 6th semester examination will start, I'll be halting the class only for you. For rest of them, I'll be taking but for you, once the holidays will start, then I might be taking a couple of sessions. Okay. But for now, 8th sem student, if you're an 8th sem student, I need not to speak anything. If you are in the class, it only shows that you don't have job. Or even though you might be having a job, many people might be like, sir, I want to update myself, sir. But just because of luck, just because of my percentage, just because of my communication, I got a job. But I want to update myself. That's the reason many of them are here. Correct, right? But for you, trust me, once you done with your engineering, for 8th sem, I'm telling guys, once you're done with your engineering, trust me, nobody will start responding from your college. Take it in a bond paper from my side. Nobody gonna respond to you. If you're asking, give me placement, nobody gonna respond. You can just ask your college as well. Fine. Maybe you can just ask your seniors. Guys, many of them will be like 8th sem student. Sir, after my 8th semester, I'll do the course, sir. Now I'm doing some rocket science project, sir, where nobody has invented. I know what kind of project you will do. Like by paying 5,000, 10,000, you'll just purchase that, which I did in my engineering. Fine. Guys, just concentrate on your placement activity in 8th semester. Is that clear? If you start learning after 8th semester, don't you think you will waste your 6 months of time? You will waste minimum 6 months of time. Yes or no? If you are wasting your 6 months of time, that means you will lose minimum 2 lakhs per annum salary. Yes or no? Please tell me. Minimum 2 lakhs per annum is what you will lose. If you take 6 months after your 8th semester, you will lose 2 lakhs per annum. Why? Because you might have got 3.5 to 4 lakhs per annum job, right? Before you graduate. Plus, for many of the so-called institutions, you might be paying 50,000, 60,000, 70,000, 80,000, 1 lakh course fee. Correct, right? That's what you'll be paying. That's the reason. Just think now. Fine. And for freshers, as well as these people, I need not to tell anything. Life has taught a proper teaching for you, and I think I need not to explain fine why you people should learn. I hope you know though, right? As I hope you know why you have to learn, right? Do you want me to tell? I hope no, right? I hope already you are facing that ground reality. Fine. That's the reason you'll be having the clarity. But for working professionals who want to change your domain to IT industry, trust me, Python is the best to go. 100% from scratch I will teach. You'll be able to understand. Is that clear? I'll be providing the attendance link. Don't get exited from the session. Don't get exited from the session. I'll be providing the attendance link. Just a minute. Guys, hope that you have filled, I think those who have attended Java session, hope that you have filled Java attendance as well. Yes or no? Okay, like that, I'll be providing the Python attendance as well. Just a minute. Just give me 1 minute of time. I'll just provide you the attendance link. Python Day 1, yep, great. Guys, just check in the chat box. Just check in the chat box, guys. Be on the session because I told you, right? I have few expectation from your side as well. I'll tell you what are those expectations. I'll just tell expectations from Sandesh. I'll just read as a heading, fine. But no, don't write in your notes. Expectations from Sandesh. That means your Python trainer. Okay, first thing. Can I expect everyone, guys, you just fill the attendance. Meanwhile, just listen to what I'm talking. Can I expect everyone today itself to go and purchase, or before tomorrow's class, can I expect everyone to go and purchase a notebook? Even though I'll be giving the running notes or proper notes, I want you to write the handwritten notes by yourself. Is that clear? Guys, can I expect everyone to do that? Respond yes or no in the chat box. Guys, why? Because if there is an interview tomorrow, trust me, if you close your eyes automatically, if everything should come to your mind, guys, now also trust me, if I close my eyes, what exact diagram that I have written when I used to learn Python, that is there in my mind. Trust me. Trust me. God promise, I'm telling that particular diagram is only there in my mind. Like that, I have written the notes. That's the reason I'm able to give the proper notes for you. You also write the proper notes. Don't tell, sir, I don't have time. Everything matters a lot if you have priority in your life. Okay. Second very important thing, I want you to attend live classes for 6 days. Now, only for 6 days, this is what the expectation. As later for 6 days. 6 days, this is what my expectation. 6 days, I told you I'll be taking 1 hour of session. That's the reason I'll not be able to give time in between the class to write the notes. But after 6 days, I'll give the time in between the class only to write the notes. 6 days expectation from Sandesh. Fine. Can I expect everyone to join the session exactly at 9:15? That means what I can tell you. Attend the classes regularly. Attend 6 class. Attend 6 class. That's what my expectation from me. Attend 6 classes. No need to pay anything. Just attend. Write the notes. First write the notes, attend the class. Write the notes, attend the class. Then please practice. I don't think today you have anything to practice, but going ahead, once I start with the actual coding, fine. Maybe in tomorrow's class, I'll be starting with identifiers. Fine. I want you to practice for 20 minutes. I want you to practice for 20 minutes. That's it, guys. That's what a small expectation from a trainer. Can I expect these things from your side? Yes or no? Okay, great. Great. Let's not write this here. Let's not write this. Notes, attend 6 class, practice. Okay. I'll just do one thing, guys. I would like to save this. I'd like to save day 1. Let me just halt a technical discussion before halting or before me stopping the recording. But still many of them haven't given the attendance. I don't know why. Please provide the attendance. If not, you will not be getting the certificate. Now only I'm telling. Even though if you miss the class, I think many of them are aware, right? Even though if you miss the class, we have a website where in our LMS, you'll be able to watch the recorded video, as well as we do have a mobile application. We do have a mobile application where you can download that and you can watch the video. I think if you're not aware of this, be aware. Maybe in the next session, I will tell. I don't want to kill your time. That's the reason. But in the next session, I'll tell you, even though if you miss the class because of some family emergency, medical emergency, personal emergency, whatever it may be, once you do the admission, you'll be having the access for that. Is that clear? But as of now, for initial 6 days, hook or cook, you have to attend the live class. Is that clear for everyone, guys? I'll just do one thing. I would like to hold the technical discussion now. Hope that you have gone through the brochure of Python full stack. If not, I'll send it in the group. Today, you just go through the complete brochure of Python full stack. Tomorrow, it will be easy for you to understand for initial 20 minutes. If I'll give you the roadmap, as I'll give you the roadmap of what will be taught, how I'll be teaching, everything. Tomorrow, I'll give the roadmap. Before that, I just want you to have a look on that particular PDF. Download the PDF, just go through that, okay? Thank you so much for your support, guys. Thank you for attending the class. I can understand, even though it's late night, I have to appreciate your effort of attending the class. Just attend for 6 days. After 6 days, we'll have a fixed time from 8 to 9:30. Is that fine? Thank you so much. Bye-bye. I think for every class, I have to just do some, what I can tell, styling for bye. Bye, guys. Bye-bye. Take care. Tomorrow we'll meet, okay? Bye. Good night. Maybe if you have any specific questions, you can stay back.